All right, so today we are working on putting in the seat belts into the car. Seat belts, a lot of rules, a lot of regulations around them. And there's quite a few angles and degrees that you have to follow. And so we're trying to follow them, obviously, so we can pass tech and also to keep ourselves safe. One of the main ones that we have to follow is that this has to be a positive degree, or excuse me, a negative degree coming back from the seat itself. So right here you can see that it's basically completely level, so it has to be somewhere between 0 degrees and 20 degrees. And right now we're at like 1 or 2 degrees, so we'll be able to pass tech. We'll also have to put in 2 eyelets on either side of this seat right here. And they have to sit at either a 45 degree angle to an 80 degree angle. And they have to clear all of the nuts and bolts that are used to attach the seat to our bracing and all the hardware and everything. So that we're gonna end up having to drill out a couple holes on either side, plate the back side, and then put in a weld nut for the eyelet itself to slot in and securely fasten the seatbelt in. And then the last seat belts that we have to worry about being a 6-point harness. You have to worry about the submarine seat belts that go right in between your crotch region. There's 2 belts that go back, and they will end up mounting back behind the seat here. So again, that's more degrees that we have to worry about. Again, it's just plating, drilling a hole, putting a plate on the backside, having that weld nut, and then threading that eyelet through. So we're gonna take you through how we're doing all of that. And yeah, so follow along. All right, so as you can see, we have our seatbelt all assembled, and here we have the 6-point harness with this quick latch detach, so that just slides up. These 4 will pop right out, and the submarine belt will just kind of flop forward like so. And here we have the 2 harnesses that go through the side of the seat. You see we'll mount them just about back here, right about there, so it's clearing the hardware so it's not rubbing on anything. These seat belts up here will just be wrapped around and securely tightened according to the rule book for the ARA. And then right here, just the submarine belts that go down, enter through the seat, and then will be clocked backwards so it'll sit comfortably and away from crushing your nether regions. That's basically it. I'm gonna get to welding, showing the process, basically just drilling holes through the bodywork, the body itself, putting the weld nut on the back, plating it, and then making sure everything's at the correct angle, because that's the most important part. You don't want anything poking out at an angle like this or at an angle back behind. Everything has to be basically on the same neutral plane. And then same with the seatbelt, as we talked about earlier, has to be the seat has to be slightly higher than the bar itself. And so just making sure that everything is in proper line, keep us safe, and to make sure that we pass tech, because nobody wants to roll up to first tech and not be able to pass. So let's do it. Got the plates all cut out, and I ended up putting a weld nut on the back. So you have to have at least a 3x3 plate to put onto the back of these eyelets. So that'll end up going, so this eyelet will go through the car, and then this plate will be put onto the underside. So after reading the rules a little bit more, learn that the seat belt eyelet cannot be behind the seat for your lap belt. So this is where we ended up putting them. You can see I've got a little red dot right there. That's where one is gonna go. And then the other one is gonna go basically right there. You can see that other little red dot. So now all I have to do is get into the hole, drill it out, make sure everything fits, put the plate onto the backside, weld the plate on, and then we should be all set. So a little bit of change of plans. We decided that we were just actually going to thread one of the eyelets directly into one of the old seat mounts, because where I wanted to drill right here, the frame rail runs up and then curls around down through here. So we're checked over the rules. They said that it was okay to go where OEM seat mounts were. So we put this in there, drilled the one that goes into where the drive shaft tunnel is. And then we've also got these two plated for the submarine belts. So now we just got to get the seat in, check everything out, fit the seat belts, and then it'll be all ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we got the passenger seatbelt eyelets all put in. Ended up being basically exactly the same as the driver's side. We put the one in where the old seat mount was, put one up on top of the tunnel where the drive shaft goes back through, and then two right below the seat for the submarine belts. And yeah, that's basically it. So our seat belts, now we just have to wait for the one to come in the mail for the passenger side, and then just adjust everything so it properly fits each one of us, and the seat belts are ready to rock and roll.